Ah. I'm already gonna cry. So I've been wanting to shoot a video like this for a while because I feel like this is such an important topic and did not want to. I've been putting it off because it stirs up and triggers so much emotion in me. Trying to find the right words. But today is a good day to film it because I just spent 20 minutes crying in front of my daughter because I was triggered. So, if you are new here, my name is Danielle. I have a 3-month-old son and a 20-month-old daughter. Both are through IVF. Both babies I worked incredibly hard for. And I have gone through postpartum depression now twice. With my daughter, I feel like it wasn't so bad. Like, I cried every single day for probably like the first 2 months she was alive. But it was more so this overwhelming feeling of, I can't believe I'm finally a mom. I can't believe she's finally mine, and I just want to protect her, and I want to do everything that I can to make sure she's safe and she's loved and just everything. And I didn't realize it was postpartum depression really until now, or maybe it's postpartum anxiety. So just like I said, had this overwhelming that she needed to be with me. I needed to hold her. I need to be the one to do everything. I think it's also because my husband works a lot. He was in the middle of a huge renovation at the time. And I literally had her on Friday. We came home Sunday, and Monday he was back to work. And I had to figure out a lot on my own. And then he was working during the day, and then at night he was helping me, but he was exhausted, and then I was exhausted. And exhaustion plays such a huge role in postpartum depression. I cannot stress that enough. Exhaustion, not having the proper sleep or nutrition even, will send you into a spiral. I cannot stress that enough. I have realized that now. So with my daughter, basically she never slept on her own. She just always needed me, and I loved it. I mean, I tried for 3 years for babies. I went through IVF. It was like incredible. Like, I want you to need me. I want, like to this day, she still needs me a lot. And as hard as it is, I absolutely love it. I adore it. I adore her calling me and wanting me all the time. I'm her mom, and I'm the one who's her stability and who's always there for her, right? So with her, I just feel like it was more of, like I said, this overwhelming sense of just wanting to protect her, take care of her, make sure she's okay. I would let her sleep on me all the time. I didn't care what anyone said. She only took naps basically on me for the first few months of her life, or unless it was in the car seat and we were going places and running errands. Now, that pregnancy, everything was good. It was so exciting. My first baby. I mean, come on now, you go from these highest of highs of your hormones, like so high, so euphoric, so, oh my gosh, incredible, to just the lowest of the low. After I had her in the hospital, breastfeeding played a role into it too, because I decided I really didn't want to breastfeed. I kind of knew that since the beginning. I kind of tried it with her. It was a really crazy labor and delivery. Basically everything happened with her. That's in a whole other video you can watch. I'll link it down below. But she was born late at night. It was like 6:30 p.m. and make a long story short, I didn't really see her till 4 a.m. Just because they have to do the testing and they have to go back and forth, and it was just the longest day and night of my life. And then I remember breastfeeding wasn't working out. I was getting extremely emotional. I had my parents there. I had my mother-in-law there. I had a few friends that came by, and it was just, I guess, a little overwhelming for me. It was exciting, but it was overwhelming. Here I am trying to bond with my baby. which that's another thing. After she was born, I didn't feel that instant connection. I felt very strange. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Very strange. Like, I'm a mom. This is my baby. Like, just a weird imbalance. Then now I realize a lot of moms do feel that way, and it's kind of more normal than I thought. So anyways, I'm going to be rambling because I just have so much on my mind, and I think that I have so much to say about this topic because more women need to be aware of it. More women need to prepare for it. And if you're watching this video and you're not pregnant or don't have children, or maybe you have friends or whatever, you need to take it very seriously if a new mom is saying that they're not feeling themselves, because they need to be checked on. They need help. They need help, and it could be in the form of just coming over and just providing a warm meal. It could be coming over and holding the baby for them to take a shower. They need the help, and it's a topic that needs to be addressed and taken extremely seriously. So here I am home with my daughter, brand new baby, everything, and figuring out life, right? I mean, the only thing really about her was that she just didn't really sleep, which most babies, you know? So that's fine. I'll hold her. I'll hold you until my arms fall off. I love you so much. Like, that's how I felt. But once again, I didn't feel that like bond, that undying love. This is my baby. I didn't feel that right away. It took some time, and I felt weird about not feeling it, but it was okay. Fast forward to us wanting another baby last January 2020, and I go through IVF again. I'm so excited. I had my transfer at the end of February, so almost a year ago. And then I'm pregnant and COVID hits. And here I am now home with a baby that's turning into a toddler, being pregnant, being stuck home during my whole pregnancy. That triggered me a little bit, but not so much. Now here I have my son. And wow. Again, I went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, of just feeling, once again, I don't know if this is my baby. Is this really my baby? Like, did this really just happen? His birth story, he came really fast. It just happened. I was breastfeeding with him right away, and he latched on. It was such a different story. Everything was working out, but I just didn't want to do it. I felt very strange doing it. It's just not something I wanted to do. So I stopped, and I wanted formula. And then I was basically in the hospital by myself because my husband came home to take care of Angelina, because that was our plan. And being alone in a room with a new baby, the nurses are coming in and out and kind of checking on you, but not really. You can't walk the hall. You cannot leave your room. So you're just stuck in bed all day, right? So that triggered me a little bit. I got home. I saw my daughter, how she was just it was so beautiful to watch. Oh my gosh. Her excitement seeing him and just everything, it was just so beautiful. And I was like, this is my family. These are my babies. This is all I've ever wanted. So fast forward, him not sleeping. First, Dean, he slept all the time. All the time. Like, there was chaos going on around. He just always slept. He was great. Then come, the sleepless nights, and once again, here I am, falling asleep on the couch, sitting up, holding him, which, you're not supposed to do, but you want your baby to sleep, and you need to sleep, and you have to do what you have to do. And that was fine. But then the sleep exhaustion sets in. Like, around 4 or 5 weeks old, that's when you're like, I can't keep spinning like this. It's like, he's going to sleep, she's waking up. My husband was home for the first 4 weeks, which was like amazing, but still, it's like you're burning the candle at both ends. That's what it is, right? So once again, here I am, sinking a little deeper, just not feeling myself, getting frustrated at this beautiful new baby because he's crying so much. Like, why are you crying so much? What is wrong? You're going down the list. I feel like I'm a seasoned mom, and like, what is wrong? My husband goes back to work, and now is when everything really hits the fan, because now I'm dealing with a brand new baby plus a toddler on my own, all day long, okay? Because he's working usually. He was leaving the house at 9 a.m. and coming back at 10 p.m., okay? A little after 10 p.m. So now here I am all day long with the two of them, Monday through Friday. And his crying did something to me. It like triggered something inside of me that I can't explain, that just made me like lose it mentally. Like something was just not right. And then I was getting mad at the crying because his crying was triggering her. And now she's running around screaming, acting out, doing tantrums because she can't handle the crying. And I'm like, oh my God, I could like go numb, right? As a mom, it's like you can go numb and you could deal with the crying because you're trying to soothe them. And then you're like, I'm your mom, let me soothe you. And it's not working. You just don't know what to do, right? And then I'm getting mad at him because she is getting triggered so badly that she's acting out. Like I said, she's freaking out. She's running around, putting her hands in her ears, her fingers in her ears. She's screaming back because she's just like, Mom, like I had enough. And I'm trying not to cry, trying to calm the whole situation. But you just start going to these deep thoughts, like these deep, dark thoughts. You start going to like, I start thinking, not that I wished my son away. I absolutely love my son. I adore my son with my whole heart. But you start thinking, this was a bad decision. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have had another baby. Everything was fine with just my daughter and I. Everything was great. Why did I do this? And then you start thinking, I did IVF because I couldn't get pregnant on my own. I had unexplained infertility. So I chose this. I chose to have another baby close in age. I'm currently 36 years old. So my first baby was right before what Angelina was, oh my God, I can't even think right now, my 34th birthday. And then Dean was my 35th birthday. Right before my 36th birthday. So it's like having them back to back was great. But you start going through those thoughts of, what did I just do? Like, why did I rock the boat? Why did I, just negative thoughts. Now I want to say this is extremely important. I never, ever, ever had any feelings of hurting my children. Never. I did have feelings though of regret, of, like I said, maybe this wasn't the right decision. Maybe I should have waited. Maybe I shouldn't have just even had any more children, even though in my heart I wanted it so badly. You just start going to all these thoughts and all this anxiety and all this like overwhelming feelings, right? And here I have that you think it's easier going from no children to one, but it's really, really easier than going from 1 to 2. Because going from 1 to 2, now it's not just you and them, right? Now it's you and them. You and bottle, creating a meal for you. Oh, you need a snack. Oh, you need another bottle. Both diaper changes. You need to go down for a nap. Now you need to go down for a nap. Now I need to just eat something and take care of myself. So it's just that ripple effect of everything just kind of, bleeding, every day bled into the next. And I don't think that I realized how much help I really needed. And then when I asked my husband for the help, I think my husband, he has a lot of tough love in him. And it was kind of like, what are you going to do when I go back to work? Because, I was kind of sinking a little. Or what do you do when I'm not here? Like, you have to take care of it, you have to take care of them. Because on the weekends, I needed his help. I needed him all day, every day. Like, those 2 days were crucial to me. Like, I needed to either rest if I could, or I just needed to reset. And I don't think that he really understood how much I really needed him. Because I'm the type of person that I don't ask for help. I never ask for help. And it's not a good thing. I take on everything myself. I believe my parents are not there to raise my children. They're there to be grandparents and add value and love and stability and all that. But I don't feel that, I feel I'm the mom, he's the dad. It's our job, right? It's our job. So, the days just kept getting hard and hard and hard. And I just, you just start going nuts. Like, I don't know how to put it. And then I put it out there on social media, like, I'm having a hard time. And maybe 2 people reached out to me, 2 moms, and they had gone through it too. So that's why they reached out. No family reached out. No one. It's just glazed over. And that is like really sad. That's really sad. I remember my phone call with the nurse at the hospital before I had Dean. And I remember her saying, if you have periods of sadness more than 6 weeks, you need to seek medical help. And that's exactly how she said it. And I was like, okay. She goes, after you have him, if you're sad for longer than 6 weeks, then something's wrong. You need to seek medical help. And I was like, that's weird, because I cried a lot with my daughter, like after she was born, and I didn't feel that I needed medical help or something was like serious wrong. I just thought, it's your hormones, you're balancing out. You're like I said, you're going from this high to a low. Like, it's just, everything is just all over the place emotionally. So I was like, well, that's really nasty. And then it kind of got me thinking, like, no one checks on you. No one checks on the mom. Everything is about the baby or the babies. No one says, like, how are you? How are you? Are you okay? What do you need? Everything how's the baby? Are they sleeping through the night? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? It's like check. But there's nothing about the mother. There's no like phone call from the hospital maybe saying like, hey, we know you just delivered a week ago. We just want to know, are you okay? Yeah, the baby did it. No. We don't want to know about the baby. How are you? There's none of that. And I feel like there should be a system in place for that. I feel that so many mothers are suffering, and like, we freaking need it. We need it. We need someone to check up on us. Angelina's first pediatrician appointment, we brought her home Sunday. On Monday morning, I noticed she had jaundice. I noticed it right. I knew it right away. Okay. I called up the pediatrician that I had, and it was a different pediatrician that was in an office who answered my call, and she said, why don't you bring her in? Let's check her out. Let's make sure everything's okay. And now that is actually my pediatrician for both children. I love her. I brought her in with Angelo. I was like, Angelo, you have to come home. My husband, you have to come home. We have to go, whatever. Bring her in. Got her in the car seat. I'm taking her out. I'm talking. I'm like, yeah, this. She goes, okay. Hold on a second. And I was like, yeah. She goes, how are you feeling? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. No. She's like, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm okay. She goes, no, you just had a baby. Are you okay? And I was like, oh my God. Okay. Am I okay? I don't know. I haven't stopped because I'm just thinking about my daughter and like, is she okay? And we gotta help her. So I love that pediatrician. She's, like I said, our pediatrician right now, and I will not leave from her because I just remember the feeling of how she actually did care about me and care about my well-being. And you will go to all these doctor's appointments. You will go to, your 6-week checkup, which my 6-week checkup, I didn't even go after Dean, okay? I didn't even go for my 6-week checkup after having him. And now he's 3 months old. I remember I went with Angelina for my 6-week checkup, and whoever the doctor was that saw me, they said that this is the one that you have to go to because it's a whole practice. This is the one you have to go to. She does the 6-week checkups. It was this older lady, and she's actually not even practicing anymore, which thank God. And she didn't even first of all, she didn't evaluate me well enough. Second of all, she didn't ask my mental state or anything like that, which once again is so important to ask because we as new moms, we're doing it all and nobody is checking on us. Nobody is asking us just the proper how are we? I feel like I could scream this out my window right now, to all the new moms, how are you? Are you okay? Nobody freaking asks this. Why? Why do we live in a society? It is 2021 now. Why do we live in a society like this? Why do we have all this culture in place right now, right? about disciplining your children, because that's what I'm dealing with Angelina right now, being a toddler, of this gentle discipline. And you don't have to say, I'm the boss, listen to me, because I'm mom, right? So we're going away from all these old school techniques because we're realizing that it's really harmful to our children. So we're learning to discipline our children in a softer way while still letting them know that you're the figure of authority. But once again, everyone checks on the children. Who checks on us? No one. I don't even think that my husband really understood how bad I was. I mentioned a couple times after Dean, probably like when he was like 8 weeks old, and I said, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I definitely have postpartum depression. And I don't think he knew how to react for that. And there's nothing wrong. My husband is so loving. He's so compassionate. He's very hands-on, but I don't think that he understood quite how much I needed him to like help me do something about it. I basically got myself out of this depression twice by myself, twice. And how I did that was really hard. How I did that was I started kind of like making a little journal. It could be just notes on your phone. And when I had a bad day, I would write down everything. What triggered me, what I was mad about, what like I'm like snapping inside. Like, oh my God, I'm so mad that my daughter did this or that my son did this. Meanwhile, he's still a baby and she's still a baby. She's a toddler. But it's something is building up inside of me, triggering it. So my first technique was really just writing everything down. When I had a really good day and I'm sitting there in total bliss looking at both of my children and I'm just like, oh, today is a good day, I wrote it all down. I wrote it all down so that I could remember those good days, so that when I was having a bad day and needed to literally just walk in the other room, shut the door, have a good scream, leave my daughter on the floor wondering what the hell's going on, leave my son on the table in the bouncer, which is not good, and just walk away and have a scream so that I don't break down and yell at her, break down and yell at him, or hysterically combust and cry in front of both of them, which I ended up crying today, which I'm not really proud of, but you know, that's just how life goes. I wrote everything down. And then when I was having a bad day, I read those happy notes. I looked at photos and videos of my children and I said, life is good. Life is good. Also, another thing is depression runs in my family. If you follow me, if you watch my videos, you would never think. You would think, wow, you know, this girl's just always happy. Well, I choose to be happy every single day. I wake up and I make that choice that it's going to be a good day. Okay? I have family that has suffered from depression and I do not want to let myself get that way. So every morning, I think about the gratitude, you know, like all the things, like people have gratitude journals. I don't really do that. I used to do that and it was great. But I just think, what am I happy for today? This, and this. Okay. What am I going to do today? What is my goal today? I want to be happy and I want to have happy children, right? And I just want to be in my bubble, like be in my happiness bubble. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in years. I stay off a lot of social media. The only thing I'm really on is YouTube and Instagram, and I keep to the happy stuff. Anything that's negative or anything that's triggering me, I mute or I block people or unfollow because I just don't want to be bothered. I want to be in my happy bubble. So basically, to make this whole long story short, I just want to let you know, if you're a mom and you're suffering from postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, postpartum anything, any type of sadness, you're not alone. And sometimes you might have to seek help, like professional help, but sometimes you just have to really get yourself out of it, because sometimes you just are like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Sometimes you just have to be strong. You have to find that strength, and it's incredibly hard. It is incredibly hard. I've had so many bad days, but I've also had so many good days, and you have to remember the good days. The good days are the most important. I did not want to cry during this whole video, and I'm happy I didn't, because I cried initially. I just made the video and I cried a lot, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to trigger you. I want this to be a little bit more empowering and me to share and be a little bit vulnerable. I probably could share so much more, but I don't think I'm ready to put it out there. But I hope if you found this video, I hope that it helped you in any type of way. Even if it's just, like I said, you knowing that you're not alone and that better days are ahead and that you can get through it, you will get through it, and I'm here for you if you need anything. Seriously, I wish I had more friends that battled this, but I don't, which is hard because then you don't feel like you can relate to anyone, or it's just something, like I said, that's glazed over that no one talks about. No one talks about, and it needs to be addressed more. It needs to be talked about more. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video once I feel more comfortable opening up on a whole other level of vulnerability and really explain more. But right now, that's all I really care to share. And even me making just this video is really putting myself out there, which is funny because with IVF, I was just like an open book, but this is something that really, really is hard to share, hard to admit, and hard to open up about. Anyways, Angelina is sleeping and Dean just woke up, so I gotta go get him a bottle. And thank you for watching, and I'm sending so much love and hugs to all of you. I will see you in the next video.